Audio Jungle.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is April 24, 2022. We are departing for a new brilliant discoveries. This is your blind purser, Manager Macunya, your host for today. It's a great morning, participants, especially to our guest for today. A great morning, partner!
Yes, great morning to you as well, partner, and to everyone present here today. It is indeed a great day to learn and discover a brilliant mind as we will be with one inspiring professional. So maybe that's the reason why I'm extra excited for today. And I hope you guys are excited too because we will be joined by one advertising expert that will make this day extraordinary.
Ayan. Thank you, partner. I agree with that. So now, I just want to hear all of our participants here. Great morning, participants. Are you still there?
Great morning, guys.
Ayan. So now, are you all excited for another episode of our Day in the Life of an Advertiser that will be part of our podcast for today? If yes, you can comment down below your emotions or feelings as of the moment. You may comment, I am ready, together with our official hashtag Trend Manuever, hashtag #amazing. So go participants! Ayan, partner, I see someone in the comment box. According to Manuever Hebel, I am eager today to gain important insight about advertising and also, they are
According to,
popping up on my screen.
Yes, and according to Princess Maybell, she said that she's looking forward to discovering our guest's previous projects and accomplishments as digital advertiser. And also from Manuever Joy, he also said that he is delighted today, perhaps the other two, because we have a chance to ask our guest about his experience as a digital advertiser.
Yan, partner, I want to continue the comments of Ms. Manuever Hebel. I am eager today to gain important insight about advertising and also discover how he creates digital ads for some famous brands. So together with our hashtag Trend Manuever, hashtag #amazing. So participants, you may still comment in our chat box and later on, we will read this all. Yan, partner. So partner, do you have any idea who is our generous and brilliant guest interviewee?
Well, yes, partner, I've done my research and everything about him is impressive. And I found out that their agency is very well known in the Philippines. And one more thing, partner, is that they are recognized as the Philippines Media Agency of the Year 2021.
Wow, partner. And I guess everyone will be interested here. So let's read the comment box in our Zoom.
Yes, I see here from Trend Manuever Jeverly. She said that yes, we are really excited together with the hashtag Trend Manuever, hashtag #amazing.
Yan, according to Trend Manuever Charles Anduque, yes, we are excited.
And from Trend Manuever Princess Angel Bautista, I can't wait. I'm so excited for this event with the hashtags again.
Yan, partner. And according to Miss Jessa Bangkuyo, it's such an honor to meet you, Sir Danmel Ordonez, finally. Yan. So, partner, you mentioned a while ago rather that this advertising agency is already recognized as the Philippines Media Agency for the year 2021. And partner, is it the Wavemaker PH?
Yes, it is. So we are excited to learn from our guest for today. So let's all be amazed for the excellence of this well-known advertising agency.
Yes, partner, I am really excited too. So do our participants are excited for this amazing advertiser? Ayan.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. And it seems that our participants are agree as a lots of comments are appearing in my screen. So, sir, we are just here patiently waiting for our amazing trend stories.
Ayan, exactly, partner. I see them popping up on my screen and they're also starting to ask their questions. And it looks like our participants were excited to learn.
Ayan. So, where can I start? So, my journey with advertising actually started way back in 2017. So, I'm actually, I attended UP Diliman way back in 2004 as an engineering student, only for 5 years. And then I shifted out to library and information science. So, unfortunately, I was not able to finish my course because during that time, I was also supporting myself. So I went into jobs. I went as a researcher first, an intern for the library, and then I went into online English. So I became a recruiter. I also became a financial analyst for the company. And then one of my friends in college asked me to join their company since it's actually near our place, and it's something new and something aligned with what I studied as an information specialist. So I joined Screen Technologies first as a market researcher for them, and then the company started to initiate media buying for certain clients that we had before. So that is when my journey with digital advertising started. Okay, so everything is self-learned. So I studied Facebook blueprint before. In 2017, it was free to take the certification, but right now with Meta, you need to pay for something. Ayan. So I also studied other ad technologies such as tag management systems. What else? Programmatic media buying, analytics. So after my worthwhile stay with Screen Technologies, I moved to a larger agency, Dentsu International. So it was just 6 months for them because apparently we got or we are redundant with the Dentsu PH agency. So one of my friends in the in Scorch Eye Prospect, that's the agency that we work for under Dentsu International. He suggested that I try a new agency that is being built by meaning he worked for Google in the past. So I actually talked with this guy, and then he hired me the moment he saw my credentials. And then, yeah, we started working together in the programmatic media buying of the company. But after some time, there's actually an offer that was given to me by Group M. So, as you guys know, Group M has a lot of agencies here in the Philippines. One of them is Zaxxas, and then Wavemaker, and then Movent. Okay? So, I got an offer to work as a director, associate performance director for Group M. And as we all know, Group M is one of the best companies to work at, and then Wavemaker is one of the best agencies, even though it's just new actually. So I joined the team last January, and as of now, I'm enjoying my stay there as associate performance director. Yep.
Ayan, thank you, sir, for sharing that memorable experience of yours. So, I think my partner wants to say something.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so thank you for that, sir. So this is really getting exciting, no? Since we're just starting and we already learned a lot from Sir Ordonez's journey and how he started working in the company. And now, sir, as we already know a lot about you, so allow us to introduce ourselves now.
Yes.
So first of all, we would like to say thank you for giving us this opportunity and for taking the time to have this interview.
Thank you as well.
Thank you. So we are the third-year college students from Batangas State University, Pablo Borbon, taking the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management.
Ayan. So, great morning, sir. I am Marijo Macuña, 21 years old, from Santa Rita, Calzada, Batangas City, your communication head.
And great morning, sir. Great morning, everyone. My name is Janet Canatuan, 20 years old, from Balibago, Lubao, Batangas, one of the communication team member.
So we also have Miss Bea Abante, part of the communication team, and Miss Mabel Bautista for communication team. So we have also the person who did such a great effort for the things we use and apply for today's interview. We have the creative team.
So for the creative team, we have Miss Hazel Boarde, Miss Bea Abante, Miss Javerly Balita, and Miss Jessa Bangkuyo.
Especially partner, we have our technical team. We have Miss Irish, Miss Eliza, and Miss Bautista. And of course, the finance and the program team, we have Mr. Joy Bagon, Miss Bless Anabdon, and Mr. Charles Anduque. And lastly, this will not be possible without him. So let me call our project head, Mr. Nico Cabantog.
Great morning, everybody, and great morning, Sir Danmel Ordonez, as a distinguished guest in our series of podcast for today. It was such a wonderful day and, of course, learning day. My name is Nico Cabantog, and the project head of this team. And it's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to this event in Day in Life of entitled Trend Manuever, a Breakthrough to Success. In this virtual interview session, we will explore how to be a brilliant advertiser and how to study the customers and hook and entice their interest through advertising. So this is what we are waiting for, and I know everyone excited, and of course including me. And I won't take any longer. Just fasten your seatbelt and we are ready to take off. Again, great morning, everyone.
Thank you to our project head. So okay, I guess everybody is here. We will now proceed to the introduction of our very special guest from a place known for its famous delicacies and foods such as Pansit Habhab, Longganisa, Pinagong, Lechon Paloma, Pansit Chami, and many more. So he is from Quezon City, Philippines. He is an Associate Performance Marketing Director, 34 years old, graduated at UP Tiliman. and currently the part of the well-known advertising agency known as Wavemaker PH. So in addition, a Wavemaker PH is already operating for almost 5 years and they already received 13 medals at ICE Awards of the Media Specialist Association of the Philippines. So we know also the Asia's largest delivery platform, which is the Food Panda. They recently appointed Wavemaker as its media agency for 2022. So now, everybody, please welcome and give virtual round of applause to Mr. Danmel Ordonez.
Thank you, guys. Disclaimer lang, not a graduate of UP. Just attended UP.
Okay, so thank you for that, sir. So we are honored to have you here. But before we go along, partner, to our event proper, I see someone from the comment section that wants to interact with Sir Ordonez. So can we have her, partner?
Yes, partner, they are free to ask anything to sir.
Okay, so I see here Miss Bea Abante. So go ahead, ma'am.
Hi, sir. Good morning po.
Hi, Bea. Good morning.
Hello po. I am the one of the students who aspire to be an advertiser po, and we are so glad and happy that you gave us the opportunity to interview you today. And how have you been po, sir?
I'm actually feeling good as of the moment. Meeting with you guys, such young people who are very eager to know more about the industry that we are in. So I'm really happy that I would be able to share my experience as well to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So to all of our participants here and to all who are watching this Zoom, just sit back, relax, and buckle up because we will be learning in great heights. So brace yourselves as we prepare for takeoff. So welcome to Trend Manuever 2022, a breakthrough to success.
So welcome everyone. And now let us hear the main point why we have this certain event. So let me call on my partner again for the introduction of theme and objectives.
Ayan, partner. So since our objective here is to know about your experience as a digital advertiser or a part of an advertising agency, which will be part of our day in the life of an advertiser or dialogue, we have here some questions that we think might help us to get the answers that we need to know, and hopefully we can use this as a guide as we embark on our journey to become a part of the business world like Mr. Ordonez.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so thank you, partner. So since our objectives are clear, we can now move on to the highlight of this event, which is the most exciting part, wherein we will proceed to the business-related questions. So, but as everyone is eager to find certain information about the business, so the viewers would be the one to ask other prepared questions. So to all of our participants here, you can raise your hand, and once we call your name, you can unmute your mic to give your questions to Sir Ordonez. Okay, shall we start? As I can see, everyone are already raising their hands. So let me call on first Miss Bea Abante.
Thank you, Miss Janet, and good morning again, sir. Since we are excited to hear from you about your agency, sir, can you please share some details and some job description and primary responsibility in your advertising company or agency that you are currently working for, po, sir? Thank you.
And so to start, again, I'm currently the Associate Performance Director for one of our biggest clients in Wavemaker, Philippines. And my job description is actually to assess and also to guide the team towards performance KPIs of campaigns in the digital media buying that concerns social, search, and also other platforms. And so my main responsibility actually right now is to ensure that KPIs are met, and I am also guiding the team, as I have said, in ways that I will be helpful, and also to make sure that campaigns are efficiently working for the brand.
Thank you, sir, for sharing that very important information that we will use in the near future. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yan, partner, can we call another one?
Okay, I can see here, partner. Can we have Miss Mabel Arellano?
Great morning, sir.
Morning.
So, what is the most memorable advertisement for a specific brands that you work on po?
Is this with the current or other agencies that I worked with?
Pwede pong bot.
Okay.
Okay.
So most memorable would be, sorry if I cannot divulge the names of these brands. So it's part of the legalities also of working with the digital industry. So one of or for me, the most memorable was with this very popular luxury sports car brand. It was my first client, and I actually did a mistake for that brand. So what happened was I was not able to check the odd copies, and then the client got really angry with us because we were selling the car at a very much lower price because I was not able to check it. So yeah, that's one of the most memorable.
So what is the particular process po you have to undergo to complete it po?
So upon that mistake, actually, that was the moment wherein I got into my thinking cap. Okay, I checked for ways on how I'll be able to, or any of the team will not be able to do the same mistake once more. So I actually devised a process for us, and then that is the reason why Scream Technologies, my first agency, became an ad tech, because I developed the analytics and tag management system for the company. And upon to this day, they're still using it. So what I'm saying is that mistakes happen every day during work, especially when you're talking with brands. They're asking a lot of things. There are a lot of requirements to be done in a day's work. So mistakes will happen. The thing is, how will you fix those mistakes and be able to repair the relationship with your client and give a better result? Ayan.
Ayan. Thank you po, sir, for sharing that kind of challenges that you encountered before. And since we opened up the topic about advertisement, I just want to remind our participants that having an advertisement for a particular business is really important if you are the business owner or the brand owner, because through the help of advertisement, it serves as the voice of your product. So it can communicate the message that you want for your product, and um, through this advertising, the buyers can know about the benefits and that they would um, get or purchase that particular product. And being an advertiser, you need to create an ads that can create a favorable attitude that will lead to your customers to a favorable action, which is to make them purchase. Because through having an advertisement, kumbaga nako-convert mo si you can convert the prospect into buyers. So shall we call another participants here in our comment box, partner?
Okay, so for the next question, I'll let us have Mr. Joy Bagon.
Good morning po, sir. Out of curiosity po, deciding the advertising agency, the company will hire a critical path to its growth. How do you brand yourself to be chosen by those companies to present their products to reach its target audience?
Okay. So for this question, actually, it's more of about being honest with yourself and also with the hiring manager. Because for me, as long as you are being honest, you are telling the hiring manager everything that needs to be said during the recruitment process, then everything should align. Okay, so she'll be able to know your objectives, why you really want to enter the agency, what are your true credentials, what are the things that you have accomplished, and also what are the challenges that you experienced before. So yeah, I think in representing a brand, you need to be honest with yourself, and thus that is the reason why during the recruitment process, I'm also being honest, because that is also one of my brand or part of my branding as a genuine and honest person. Yeah.
Thank you po. Just a follow-up question, sir. If
Yep.
it's okay,
Yeah, sure.
what tactics are you usually using to make sure your work stand out among the other advertisement of your client competitors?
Okay. It's more about listening and understanding what the client wants and what the client needs. So it starts with giving or listening to their briefs, listening to their presentations regarding objectives that they want for a certain campaign. And then you must align as a team on how you would be able to set numbers or KPIs in order for the client to approve of your strategy and planning maneuvers. So if those are aligned already, then the planning and then the implementation starts, and then you optimize your campaigns until you end the result, which will be well, the end goal is always to make your clients happy. Okay, if you've given them a bad result, then you be honest with it, so that they'll be also happy that you are being honest with them, right?
Thank you po, sir, for sharing that information. And thank you, Mr. Manuever Joy Bagon. And it's really a brilliant questions about how other companies will choose your advertising agency. Like, for example, how the client will choose the Wavemaker to PH than others. And a while ago, Mr. Ordonez mentioned that if you are representing a brand, you need to be honest. And we just need to take note that. And if we wish to be an advertiser po or become part of an advertising agency, then make sure po you have a broadened knowledge about the objectives of advertising. So ano ba yung objectives ni advertising? Like po, for example, if you are the advertiser, all you need to do is to introduce po a new product, and by that you need to create po an interest for it among the prospects, and you are hired nga as an advertiser by that particular company because they are trusting you to reach people that are inaccessible to them. And kumbaga as an advertiser, you are making a way to attract a new group of customers, and kumbaga and to enhance po yung goodwill po ni of the said business, and by telling po na to the audience about this particular brand have a better quality of product or service. And if you are the owner po of a particular business, you need to have an advertiser that can help you to boost your business, and kumbaga matulungan yung business mo na maging kilala sa buong tao, sa buong customers mo. So
Yep.
So thank you, sir. So can we have another participants in our chat box?
Yeah, so thank you for that insight, partner. So for the next one, can we have Mr. Charles Jimwell Anduque?
So, granted, is this the question? Is this the question? So, in the new normal, what are the various media available for advertising today, and which is most successful in your opinion? Okay, so, well, there are a lot of platforms actually. There are traditional, wherein you post your advertisements on newspapers, on billboards, on flyers, on posters. And then there's also the digital advertising world where I really say that is the most successful in these times. Actually, even before the pandemic, one of the challenges of traditional advertising is how you count or how you measure success. Because, say for example, you were able to post an ad in a newspaper. Okay? So how will you know how many people really read your ad? How many went to the store to buy your product that you are endorsing? And then how many people are returning as your clients or returning clients, I mean. So those are the numbers that are really hard to find during those times. So in digital advertising, every impression, every action, every interaction that is made with your ads in the digital landscape is being measured towards efficiency or key performance indicators. Okay, so during the new normal that we are talking about, wherein people are in a hybrid situation wherein we can go out now, but then again, we are really afraid to be out there in some times, especially during lockdowns. So even before the new normal started, people are really into their mobile phones, laptops, smart TVs. Okay, and these are platforms that are very beneficial for us agencies and advertisers to present ads for our brands, like social platforms such as Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. And then outside of social would be your Google search, Yahoo search, Bing search, and then outside of social, and then this search engine um, platforms would be your programmatic media buying, wherein when you go to your favorite website or blog, you'll be able to see ads as well. Yeah. So for me, just to reiterate, most successful would be the digital advertising platform, and as a whole.
So thank you, sir, for sharing that. So can we call another participants po to share their questions? And for the next question po,
Okay.
how how important is media planning po?
So I would say that this is actually the soul of your media plan. Okay, so before everything starts with the implementation of your campaign, or getting your audiences, trying to find out who will be targeted. So everything starts with strategizing first. Okay, so you need to have a strategy based on the client brief, and then you do your media plan. So in media planning, you ask for options for budget. What is what are the channels at which you will be using to uh, reach out your target audiences. Mhm. And then what kind of ads are you showing to the target audience in your campaign? What will be the duration at which you'll be able to uh, guarantee a certain number of impressions, clicks, and then probably purchases or orders from your clients. And also, in media planning, you also need to take into consideration the campaign funnel. Is it an awareness campaign? Are you only trying to make your audiences aware of a product or of the brand? And then consideration. In consideration, are you planning to make your target audience land to the website or to a landing page? And then the lower purchase funnel, which is purchase. So are you planning, or are you making the plan for the target audience to buy your product for the brand? So yeah, so those are things that you need to consider. So one is budget, campaign objective, and then campaign funnel. And also content mix. So when you say content mix, what are the creatives that you'll be using? Will it be static images, videos, or animated files?
Yeah, and thank you, sir, for sharing the importance of media planning. And I hope participants here will now realize the value of media planning. And because without media planning, there will be no good advertisement. And you mentioned a while ago na you are making a strategy based on your client, and also consider mo yung budget nila. And
Correct.
and sir, I just want to ask lang din po, do you think po the nature of the product po is before po doing an advertisement po, do we need po to consider the nature of the product po?
Yes, sure. Of course. You also need to know more about the product, so you'll be better aligned with who to target in your campaigns. So say for example, you are selling uh, a ladies clothing brand. So will you target males? No, right? So you really need to find out the correct audience for your product, and that is also considered in the media planning. Because after you create your media plan, you need to align again with your client if they are okay with the media plan. And if they are okay with it, then they'll give you the go signal. They'll sign the documents to start with the creation of the ads, with releasing of the budget, things like that. So that is how important media planning is, because without it, you won't have any file to compare and also to share with your client what you are doing or what you will be doing, who will you be targeting, so things like that.
Ayan. Thank you, sir, for that brilliant idea. And I just know na based on sir that as an advertiser po, we should have nga a systematic media planning for us po to select nga the right media and to search po the right target or audience for a particular for the desired response the advertiser a business advertising agency wants. And I also asked her earlier about nga the nature of the product, and here we can conclude that we need to consider nga the nature of the product, if this product ba is need pa ng demonstration or if this product pa is need pa ng appearance sa any kind of platforms, and to make sure din na that the features of the product as well as po yung the specifications po ng product will suit dun sa advertising media that we've chosen. And also we need to consider nga like what Mr. Ordonez mentioned a while ago, yung other things like yung budget ni client. Also, if you are an advertiser, you need to consider the other things like po yung market requirements po, yung availability of media or and also po yung size of the business, yung objective ni advertising, and also yung distribution strategy and many more. So, can we call another participants for our next question?
Okay, thank you for that, partner. And thank you, sir, for the answers. So now let us move on to Miss Hebel Baarde for the next question.
Great morning, sir. I'm just curious about budgeting, especially we talk about this. Nowadays, companies are spending more money on advertising campaigns. However, some of them are short of budget. What do you do to ensure that you can comply with their demands according to their budget limit?
Ayan. So na-bring up na yung budget dito. So, we have historicals naman. So, historicals are data based from your past campaigns. And in creating media plans also, you need to consider what are the buying units, actually, your cost per million impressions, cost per click. So, in this way, when you present your media plan, especially if the budget is restricted, you'll be able to align the target number of impressions based on your past cost per 1,000 impressions, and then the number of clicks based on the past campaigns. So if there are restrictions or limits with the budget, you can be honest with your client to say that, with this kind of budget, since we are limited, these are the only ways that, or these are the guaranteed numbers that we can have. Although there are also other factors such as seasonality and then how your creatives are performing. So it might be, let's say, the numbers that we are presenting right now may or may not be uh, the results that will be getting by the end of the campaign. So it can be better toward it can be a better result if we do our optimizations to ensure that KPIs will be met, or oftentimes, in my experience with Wavemaker Philippines, is we always do what we can to surpass these targets with with or without a limited budget. Ayan.
Thank you, sir. So I have learned that we should be always honest, especially on presenting them what we can do pertaining to their budget limit. And thank you, sir.
Yes, correct. So that's actually one of the golden rules in working with an agency. You do not overpromise, because when you overpromise, clients will expect you to give them the results that you promised, and at the end of the day, that is how you are being how do you say this, viewed by your clients. Okay, so just be honest with them.
Ayan, thank you po, sir. And I just learned from sir na he mentioned about the budget. Kumbaga, meaning to say po, the budget, what he is pointing is that the budget available will decide po the choice of media po. So, can we call another participants for our next question?
So for the next question, partner, I have this one. So, sir, what are the various ways to measure the effectiveness of an advertising campaign, or are there any criteria or guidelines that allow you to determine if an advertisement has achieved its primary purpose?
Yeah. So this actually depends on the campaign objective. Okay, so as I've said, is it awareness? So when you say awareness, you want to know how many people are reached individually. So that is in terms of you gauge your campaign result based on reach numbers. So if the target is for people to see 1 million impressions of these ads on Facebook, so that would be your goal in terms of performance, right? If it's consideration, so you need to know how many page visitors went into your websites. So there are also tools that can help you in determining those numbers, such as campaign reports from Facebook, from Twitter, from TikTok, or other platforms that I have mentioned so far. And then there's also website analytics tools that can help you, such as Google Analytics or Adobe Analytics. So you'll be able to know the impact of the campaign for consideration, if that is the objective. Now, if it's purchase, then you need to see your purchase orders in your customer management tools or CRMs. So if you have Salesforce, or if you have an e-commerce partner, then you'll be able to see and compare how many orders were made when you were doing the campaign. You can also do attribution. When you say attribution, is this order coming from, or is this order due to the fact that an individual saw the impression of the ad, they clicked on it, they went to the website, and then they bought your product. Okay. So sometimes also there are also mixed objectives, such as you are running uh, three campaign objectives in one campaign. So you need to make people aware of your product. You need to make people consider buying your product. You need to make people buy your product. So all of those numbers can be measured in reports, in platforms, and in website analytics. Yeah. So actually, just to add lang din, so some brands actually and some companies are into the return on ad spend metrics. So when you say return on ad spend, how much are you getting from this media budget? Okay, so it's actually a factor, or it's actually a ratio between your media budget, total media budget, and then total income. Okay, so if you spend less and you get more, then that's a great number. Correct? Yeah. But if you spend a lot and you're taking less, then something is wrong with your campaign. So you need to make sure that these numbers are always aligned. Yeah.
So thank you for that, sir. So what we learned here is that for us to determine if your advertisement has achieved the primary purpose, so we have these different tools like those mga campaign reports and those mga analytic tools to determine kung if the advertisement are effective for the customers nga po, or for the target audience.
Correct.
Let's proceed to the next
Ayan.
question po. Yan.
And so, reading this question, from catchy lines to aesthetic and attractive graphics, do you believe creativity should be the main feature of every advertisement? And then, why? Okay, so, there's this thing that we call engagement rate. Okay, so engagement rate is also a ratio between the number of interactions between divided by the number of impressions. Okay, so the more engaging your creative is, the better. Okay, so the more clicks, the more shares, the more plays, or other things that can be done with your ads in the digital space, the better. Okay, so the higher the engagement rate also enables us to funnel in these people to our campaign objective. Okay, so I would say that it would really depend on what the campaign objective is. Okay, so sometimes there are ads that are effective even though they're just using static images. Do you remember the got milk advertisement in the US? So it's only got milk, but it's one of the best ads that they're in recent memory. So it's clear that they're selling milk. Do you got milk? We got milk. So you want to buy milk? So sometimes it's about the phrasing as well. And then sometimes also putting a lot of elements in your ads is not really beneficial because, well, in our in these days, actually, with our short attention span, so the main criteria would always be, will I be able to get the attention of these user in a short manner of time, and will he or she engage with it? Okay, so you can put attractive graphics, you can put uh, uh, better lines, you can do anything actually. But for us, in a media agency, we need to also test these options. So that's why we have creative A/B testing. So we run campaigns first to test what are the best performing creatives, and then once we got or once we get these numbers from the reports, then we use that creative, the top performing creative, because we need to always ensure that our ad copies are the best copies for our target audience.
Thank you po, sir, for sharing that information. And I know po that our participants here will gain a lot po from that from the information that you've shared. And since we are all marketing students here po, we already have an idea po about dun sa features of advertising, and we know that creativity po is part of the 10 features of advertising. So you mentioned po a while ago that creativity po is really important, and kumbaga a good advertising campaign po must require po a lot of creativity and imagination. Kumbaga, as a marketer po, dapat po you make at yung TOMA, yung top of mind awareness po. And kumbaga, marketers po need to navigate new and challenging outlook po in order po to promote that particular product po and services. And meaning to say po, creativity po in marketing helps your business stand out po. So for our next question.
The next question, can we have Miss Jessa Bangpuyo?
Good morning, sir. Are there
Hello, good morning.
any issues or problems in general that your team encountered in your advertisement projects and campaigns, and what are the steps you take to deal with and resolve these problems?
Oh, so since 2017 up until now, I've experienced a lot of problems. Actually, there are most common would be overspending of budget that was allocated. Another one would be underspending. Next one would be underachieving the targets. So, in the question that what are the steps you take to deal with and resolve these problems is, first and foremost, you need to align with your team. You need to do investigations. You need to make sure that you are hitting the root cause of the problem. So, say for example, it overspent. Why did it overspend? Who are the people responsible in making sure that daily budgets are always kept in check? So that's number one. So you need to align with your team. So to find the root cause, and then once you find the root cause, you try to create a process on which these kinds of problems will never be done again in the future, because what you want to create is a safety net for the team and also for the company, so that you'll be able to better uh, do your job, right? And then once you have that resolution, uh, the hardest part is telling it to the client that, okay, we have problems because of this. We have problems because of this. We have problems because of this. And these are the steps that the team will be taking uh, in the future, so that these problems will not happen again. So you need to ensure also the client that you are doing your best to resolve the issue with your team first, and then you present them with the solution already. Okay? So there are a lot of problems and issues that you will encounter, especially working with an agency, because there are a lot of teams, there are a lot of members, there are a lot of meetings, alignments, briefings, and sometimes people do not remember all details. And actually, that I think that is one of the main causes of uh, problems, such as underspending, underachieving campaigns, overspending, okay, or wrong implementation of the campaign. So because of those things, so again, just to reiterate, align with your team first, and then create a solution way forward, and then lastly would be present it to your client.
Ayan. Thank you po, sir, for sharing that valuable information. And we know na here po is there are many problems po right now in the society, also in the world of business and in advertising agency and many more. So some of these problems po may be easily solved or can be impossible to solve depending on how bad it is. So as an advertiser po, you should know how to handle all of it. And just like what you have mentioned a while ago, in a Wavemaker agency, you always do what you can to surpass everything. So can we have another questions from our chat box, partner?
Okay, so for the next question, partner, I think our project head is also curious on something. So go ahead, Mr. Nico Cabantog.
Great morning, sir. Sir, I'm eager to know, in making advertiser, are there any guidelines or regulations by the government that advertiser have to follow? And what are those po?
Oh yeah, there's a lot. Actually, we have our own data privacy law. So, in the data privacy law, for advertisers, especially if you are, or one of the objective of the campaign is to get information from them, you need to get consent. Okay, so that is one. So you are not allowed to get personally identifiable information from your target audience without getting a consent from them. So that is number one. So that's our data privacy law. So also we have international laws as well, such as the GDPR, or General Data Privacy Regulation. That is actually intended for European constituents. But then again, it also covers the entirety of the world, because Europeans also visit other websites. It's same with the data privacy law, okay? But in comparison, do you know, guys, that the data privacy law of the Philippines is more restrictive than the international laws that we have? There are also bureaus and media advertising groups that you align with as an agency, so that you ensure that all of your ads are compliant with these existing rules and policies. And also, when you use certain platforms, they also have their own policies and regulations, as such as Facebook, Google, and then others. So yeah, so that is actually important for us to be compliant, because anything that we post in the internet, we are responsible for that.
Thank you for that, sir. Noted po.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nico.
For our next question, with all the advertisements your agency or company made for your clients, what type of advertising became most appealing to the target audience?
Are we talking about ad types here, or what kind of ads is the best or the most appealing? Is that right?
Yes po, sir.
Ayan, okay. So, it really depends on the platform. So, for Facebook, link ads are the best, especially if it has a short video. So, with Google Ads, the best performing ad types would be your responsive search ads with complete call outs and other features that you can add to your ad for it to be more appealing, such as better headlines, better descriptions, better offers. Ayun. So for programmatic naman, this depends as well. So sometimes rich media ads are better in terms of engagement, because they are animated. People will see them when they are browsing their or if they're when they're browsing content in other websites. So sometimes also display ads works. So I really cannot say for sure what is the best ad copy, but what I can say is that it depends on how you want your target audience to respond. Okay? So,
Ayan, thank you po, sir.
And also, just to add, so before we release a campaign, we do creative testing first. So we need to make sure that the ad copies that we are releasing are also engaging. So
Thank you po, sir. For our next question, let me have our participants in our chat box. Next slide, please. Can we call Ms. Bea Abante for the next question?
Hi, sir. I'm just curious because these days influencer marketing for or having a TikTok or blogger videos is one of the primary utilized media. And my question for you, sir, is for you as an advertiser, does an influencer have an advantage or disadvantage for an advertising campaign po?
I will say yes, because these bloggers and TikTok, we call the well, influencers, they have followers, right? So and if your target audience falls into the interest of these influencers and vloggers, then you can be able to uh, create campaigns at which these people can promote the brand for you. Okay, so there's also this thing called share of voice. So when you reach out to a large number of people and then they use your hashtag, use your branding, use your brand in posts. So you're creating a wave actually of curiosity over your target audiences, and then you're getting a share of voice. So that is actually important as well. Okay, so uh, the critical thing here is you need to make sure that the influencer or vlogger that you'll be choosing for your product is also aligned with the brand's virtues, right? So you cannot really choose someone who is a fake news peddler to sell products for you, right? So that's something that you also need to consider.
Thank you, sir, that you consider those people in order for you to reach the goal of an advertising campaign. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Manuever. So, can we call another participants for our next question? Can
So
we
for the
have?
next,
Yeah.
sige. So for the next question, partner, let's have Miss Princess Angel Bautista.
Great morning, sir. For my question po, how was experience of your clients changed since your last advertising campaign? Are you improving your advertising campaign?
How has experience of your clients changed? Well, uh, the day-to-day relationship with your clients is very dynamic, right? So sometimes you'll be able to provide them with good results, sometimes not. Okay, so the thing here is the relationship between the agency and the brand should always be improving, even if your campaigns are not. Okay, so your aim is always to have good campaigns, correct? But then again, things, even if we plan it ahead strategically, efficiently, or in the best way that we can, sometimes things don't fall where they are supposed to fall. So what's needed here is to always have this uh, client working relationship that would, and that is the thing that should be improving. Okay, the manner at which your client is relying on you, and also being trustworthy of your service. And
Sir, for a follow-up question po,
sure.
Are the changes because of something you changed on your site, something different about your product, or something in the market?
Oh, so again, the advertising world is really dynamic. So sometimes people buy products because of fads, because of uh, sometimes negative issues or positive issues. So it's ever changing, right? So there are also things that are not controllable in terms of or between the agency or in the bounds of control of the agency and also of the brand. So we as an agency, before we do things for the client, we need to align with them first, right? So if we are aligned with the steps, then if there are cases at which results are far off, then the client will know that, okay, we have aligned with this agency already. We know that this is the expected, but because of things that happened, this is the result that we're given. Then we understand. Okay, so you need to be always prepared, and also aligned with your brands and with your clients, so that in cases on which things might not be in favor of what you are expecting, then your client is also aligned. So yeah. So just to reiterate, campaigns would forever change, but what you need to improve on is your working relationship with your brand and with your client.
Yeah, and thank you po, sir. So now let's proceed with our last question.
Mhm.
So for our last question, sir, finally. So
Mhm.
sir,
Yeah.
as a since we are all marketing students here, some of us would pursue a career in advertising, and what do you think was the advice that you can give to those who are aspiring to be an advertising professional someday po?
Okay. So number one, keep on learning. Okay. So there will always be innovations in the advertising world. Okay. So now we have OTTs, out of home advertising, which are also digital. We have programmatic media buying, we have addressable content. So there's a lot actually that is happening right now in the advertising world. So one is keep on learning. Even if you stop, even if you graduated already, study again. Learn from experts. Learn from searching from the internet. Actually, there's a lot of free modules to learn in the internet. And then number two, think of it that the path that we are taking right now is a devotion not only to our brands but also to our consumers. Okay, so it's like, how do I say this? If you choose this industry, there will be a lot of challenges ahead. But as a good advertiser, you need to ensure that your consumers are protected, your brand is protected, and also your agency is protected. Lastly, so say, be honest. Always be honest. Okay? So in a world full of lies, we need to be honest. Okay? So yan.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for those questions, participants. And thank you, Sir Ordonez, for all those brilliant answers. So we truly gained a lot of learnings. And I know that each of it will be a useful guide for everyone here once it is our turn to take on the challenges on the advertising world. And speaking of insights, I think I would love to hear from our brilliant participants what they gained from today's interview. So
Ayan,
again,
partner. So
for those
our
who wants to share,
session po, I will call some of the participants po who wants to share their insights of what they have learned today, and also if they want to say something about having this kind of event. So you may raise your hand po, participants. Partner, you can call them.
okay, so the first one I saw here is Manuever Hebel.
Great morning, sir. Great morning, everyone. I have learned so much insights and learnings today. So you also have tackled some things that we also learned in our advertising course. And parang po ngayon medyo mas naliwanawan po kami doon sa mga bagay na itinuro po sa amin ng aming prof. Especially you given your specific experiences with your digital advertising. So what I really like about what you said is that in the world full of lies, we should be honest. So first, we should be honest with our client in terms of the budget or the performance or the specific things we can do regarding their budget limit. Next is that we should be also honest in terms of the promises we will be incorporating in the campaign itself, because we should ensure that the consumers will truly purchase the product, and we want them by trusting us through the campaigns we made. And that's all. Thank you for this opportunity to learn, sir.
Thank you as well for listening.
So since there are lots of things that was shared by Sir Ordonez, so I would love to hear from our participants their insights or the significant thing they gained from today's talk. So again, for those who wants to share, you can raise your hand, and once I call you, you can unmute your mic and you can share your insights. So for the first one, let's have Manuever Jevert.
Now, I would like to congratulate you, sir, because you answered everything we wanted to know regarding advertising, and we are great to have you with us today. Besides, we also found out how important advertising is, not only when we watch an advertisement for a particular product or service. In addition, we as a marketing student are required to be more creative. And based on what you said, it has become an attraction for those who have dreams of becoming someone like you. And you made us understand that the scope of advertising is really wide, especially in the world of marketing. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and ideas based on your experience. Now we know how to handle the challenges that we may encounter when the day comes that we have work. Thank you.
Thank you for that. So do we still have any more sharers?
I think, partner, we have Miss Princess Mabel Arellano.
Great morning, everyone. I have learned that it is based on what Sir said earlier. When you have a mistake in work, you must acknowledge it correctly, and then take the responsibility, then apologize, and then offer or do a practical way to make up for the mistake.
And I agree with that, Princess Mabel. So shall we have another one, partner?
Okay, let us have Manuever Joy Bagon again.
A great morning, sir. I would like to thank you first of all for sharing your thoughts, insights, and tips to us. Other mentioned this already, but I feel like it gave me the most impression just like what you said earlier, countless of times, being honest, where you discuss that even you've done slightly not the client really wants, letting them know that there is something so that they could be still happy because of the honesty that you shown to them, and try not to repeat the same mistakes again. Also, when the client budget can reach the height that of what advertisement they want, you're telling them it to, and also overpromising the policy. Honestly, sir, this struck me to in a conclusion that as if like a practice that you do it on inside, you will also do it in outside, which in form of the product, which is also really amazing for me because it feels like a connected to one another.
Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Joy Bagon. So for the next one, let us have Miss Princess Angel Bautista.
Thank you, sir, for being our guest today. We learned a lot from you, most especially in terms of advertising. This will be a lesson for us and also for the near future. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Miss Princess Angel. For the next one, let us have Mr. Charles Jimwell Anduque.
Just be honest and genuine to yourself, because advertisements serve as a voice that buyers know the benefits of the product you have. Thank you.
For the next person to share, let us have Miss Bea Abante.
First of all, I would like to thank you, Sir Ordonez, to give his insight and knowledge about the advertising campaign. And we learned a lot on this in terms of advertising campaign, that some media planning that we need to consider in order for us to have a successful and to reach the goal of our agency or business. Yun po. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Bea.
Let me call another one na lang for sharing to give way for our next part po. So let me call our project head, Mr. Nico Kabatog.
Hi, Nico.
Sir. Hello po, sir.
Hi.
Hello po, sir. Hello po.
Thank you din. Sometimes I fail to answer you right ahead kasi busy sa work eh. So, I really appreciate it na sometimes you follow up. Ayan. So, salamat.
Thank you din po, sir. That's okay po. Sir, thank you po for having here in this interview po. Answering the question we are so eager to know, and sharing your valuable insight that we will surely use in our future workplace. I learned in this interview po that do not overpromise, because the clients will expect the results nga po. Tapos po, align with your brands and align your clients. So, magmamatch po sila and keep
Correct.
on learning po. Thank you,
Yes.
sir, and stay brilliant po.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you to our participants. So that would be all in our Q&A and sharing session. I hope each of us here learned a lot, and I just want to thank all for participants here for being active during our live Q&A, and especially to Sir Ordonez for addressing all of our questions that can probably help us to have an idea on how to be an advertiser, how advertising works, what they do and how they correspond in their client, and what are the factors that we need to consider in making an advertisement, as well as the various challenges and how they correspond to it. So for more info, participants, you may visit their official website, www.wavemakerglobal.com, and like their page, Wavemaker PH. You may also follow them through their IG and Twitter account, Wavemaker Global. So partner?
Yes, partner. So I would also like to take this moment to say my gratitude to Sir Ordonez. So thank you, sir, for sparing some of your time and giving us this opportunity to ask you about the day-to-day works or activities that you
Salamat
do.
din.
So thank you for giving us the answers that we need, and I know for sure that everything you shared with us today will be a really great help. So yun po. So now, partner. I think we can now move on to the giving of certificate. Yeah.
Yes. So, and of course, to express our deepest gratitude, may we call on our project head, Mr. Nico Cabantog, to award the certificate of appreciation.
We are blessed and honored to have Mr. Danmel Ordonez for this event. Regardless, sir, of your busy schedule, you still gave us your precious time and granted us this opportunity to share your knowledge and skill as an Associate Performance Marketing Director. As a special guest speaker in our dialogue, we will give you the certificate of appreciation for sharing your attitude and significant experience given this day on April 24, 2022. So before this event ends, I would like to say kudos to everyone who made this event happen. Thank you to our brilliant Manuever, the host, who will make this event lovely, to the creative team who exert all their efforts and creativity to make it an awesome event, to communication team and program team who facilitate the flow of the event, and also to the financial and technical team who will think the perfect gift and facilitate the technical aspect to have an exemplary flow. This event will not be possible without the efforts of everyone. I know we encountered some difficulty during the presentation stage, but still we made it happen, and everyone complied with their tasks and responsibilities. Again, thank you everyone, and thank you Sir Danmel for being here with us. Now, the Train Manuever, a breakthrough success, will be signing off.
Thank you guys. Hope you'll be able to be
yeah.
successful in your future endeavors.
Yeah, so thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Cabantog. And of course, aside from the certificate of appreciation, so we also prepared a simple token of appreciation to be presented by Ms. Hazel Baarden.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring and spending your precious time with us for this special event. So to express our gratitude, we offer you this token of appreciation to show how grateful we are for all the insights and experiences you have shared with us. We hope you remember us through this, and this will be delivered to you by one of our group members. Thank you again, sir.
Oh, for this one, okay, ganito na lang. I am not okay with the token. Not because I don't want to receive anything from you, kasi students pa lang kayo eh. What I want is, if you have an organization that you are supporting as of the moment, in behalf of me, ibigay nyo na lang sa kanila. You really don't need to thank me because of this. Actually, ako pa nga yung dapat mag-thank you sa inyo because you allowed me to share my experience, and also I was able to tell you guys what are the things that I'm doing on a daily manner. And in that way, sana na-appreciate nyo siya. And also, one of the reasons why you will keep on continuing with your course. And so, thank you for this token, but I would really appreciate it if you would give it na lang dun sa mga less fortunate. Okay?
Sir, actually the token po is an item that we already bought.
Okay.
The famous balisong here po in our province.
Sige. Okay. Oo nga, no? Baka mamaya magamit pa lang. Okay, sige. Salamat.
So, thank you, sir. Really such a good heart, sir. Besides po being knowledgeable, you want to donate po yung inyo, pero hindi po siya madodonate since it's...
Oo nga. Kaya pala nagulat kayo nung sinabi ko, religious groups, balisong ba?
So, sir, so before we officially end this meet, Mr. Ordonez, would you like to say a few words for us po, or to the event that we have today po?
Ayan, sobrang thank you sa inyo, and also congratulations for the event. Sobrang salamat sa buong team na nag-complete ng event na to. Also with Nico, sometimes nai-ignore ko yung mga messages niya, pero sobrang busy kasi. Pero ayan, so I hope everyone learned from my thoughts and also my experiences, and yun, continue niya lang yan.
Yes.
So we are actually unicorns. Ayan. So konti lang tayong mga advertisers. So push lang.
So we will remember that, sir. Again, we once again thank you for accommodating and enriching this interview with your presence.
Yeah. So before we part ways and end our meet, everyone, please turn on your cameras and give your brilliant smiles for our group photo together with our brilliant guest interview for today.
Hello. So pumili lang ako ng white background. Thank you.
Irish. Okay na po ba?
Isa ka po.
Sir, for our... Sir, for our Wavemaker post.
Ha?
Walking post
For our
signature poster.
signature, sir.
Okay lang ako ganito? Okay. Or tama ba?
Ganda naman.
Yan, tama
Sir, tama
po.
ba?
Ano ba?
Kabila po, sir.
Kahit
Kabila po.
Okay, sige.
Yan, okay, sir.
Okay, sige.
2, 3, go!
so much
Thank
for
you.
meeting us.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Again, thank you, sir, for being here. So we hope you continue to inspire and be more successful in your career. So
Yep.
this has been
Great.
Dialogue. Thank you and have a great day ahead, everyone.
Take your lunch na, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat.
Thank you, sir.